Oh, do something!
Engaging emergency landing protocol. Hurry!
Landed, we're nowhere near it! Oh, it's getting really hot in here. Let's begin! Red Matter is a story-driven puzzle-adventure game. You are a secret agent and must investigate a top-secret research project that is found on a planet in space. After a crash landing that conveniently places you just a few steps away from the research base, you are given a short tutorial. To move around the world, you can teleport or can move freely. Moving freely is a little slow though, so I did favour using teleportation. Although every so often, I did find myself automatically hitting the free move button for smaller steps. There is only snap turning in the game, but you can turn blinders on or off in the options menu. Every secret agent has gadgets, and in this game, there's no exception. You have a scanner which can translate different languages, which is very helpful considering the whole base is in a foreign language. The text that pops up on the scanner is very easily readable, thanks to the sharp visuals, and if you're playing on a PlayStation Pro, you will get a 20% increase in resolution. The other gadgets you have are a torch, which you won't really need to use that much, and the other gadget is a pincher-like hand. Grabbing things with this hand is some of the most immersive interaction I've experienced in a VR game. Each part of the claw actually grips onto objects. It's very realistic, and the claw itself is physics based, so you can push it into certain things to move them without the need of a grab. With it you will be pushing buttons, flipping switches, pushing and pulling levers, and turning valves. Grabbing a valve with both of your claws and then slowly rotating it really makes you feel like you're physically in the world, as there is such an incredible sense of weight to it. Also giving a sense of weight is the objects in the world, which also have a physics engine attached, but only when chucked, which is a bit odd. The base does actually have some anti-gravity, so picking up an object and throwing it is sure to entice a bit of mindless fun. It's a good thing that the interaction works so well in the world, because the majority of the game is all about solving puzzles. Although most puzzles require you to turn knobs or press buttons, the actual solution each time is quite different. Most of the time, you do need guidance when solving the puzzles, so reading documents or text that is found elsewhere is a must. It does feel cool to scan unreadable languages, but as the game progresses, it can be a bit annoying to have to constantly scan things to proceed. It does slow down the puzzle solving process slightly, but on the plus side, it does make you feel like you're an undercover agent at all times. An assistant often greets you in a new area that you enter. His eyes follow you around and you must actually grab cards from him so you can read what he has to say. It's only a little interaction, but is an enjoyable one nonetheless. The storyline does drive the game forward. It's not massively in-depth, as parts that are learnt through the documents don't contain much text. I actually think some players who don't often delve too much into the extra backstory in games may be more enticed to do so here, thanks to it not dragging on. The fact that something quite surreal is taking place here also tempts you into actually wanting to know more about the world it's set in. Some parts do enter the realm of horror, but honestly, it's not that scary at all. You're more intrigued in these moments rather than anything else. The structure of the game is like most puzzle games we have played before. You enter an area, must solve a puzzle, and then are rewarded with a key to enter a new area. Although it's a similar setup, the journey is still interesting, thanks to the different puzzles you solve. Some are quite challenging, so I'm sure playthrough times will be quite different for each player. It took me around 3 hours to beat the game, but I was inspecting everything I came across, and it did take me a while to solve a couple of the puzzles. The game does come with a platinum trophy, and is quite an easy one to get, as long as you interact with everything and do a bit of searching. Most of the trophies are rewarded for scanning objects. A lot of these are tied to the main story, so you will get them after a first playthrough, but some are for scanning data drives. Most of these are not really hidden in the world, so when you scan one and a trophy dings, it does come across as very generous. There are also some red paintings that you must scan, which are a bit more hidden. I absolutely love the controls in this game. I think the developers really did nail them. At the beginning, I couldn't stop pinching things just for a laugh, and by the end, they really have become my second hands. During my whole playthrough, I was whizzing around and interacting with everything with so much ease. Interaction is amazing in this game, and it will be hard to play puzzle games in the future that don't have as fluid controls. The price is quite steep for the length of the game, but if you are the type of gamer that compares length with the cost, then keep an eye out for it in a future sale. because it is a high quality puzzle adventure and is certainly one worth taking. Now there is a good twist at the end, but it does conclude quite suddenly. Because of this, I was a little let down in the final moments, but the journey is still one that I certainly don't regret taking, thanks to the puzzles being challenging but never feeling impossible, as you know a clue is just waiting to be found nearby, and the story has just the right amount of mystery to keep you engaged. If you're looking to claw your way into being a secret agent, look no further. Sorry, that was so cheesy. Quick Kieran, save me and do something funny. Kieran! A great game that makes you feel like an agent, although a couple more gadgets would have really put you in the role a bit more. As always, if you found this review helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more PSVR content.